gon' give it to the most high. We gon' take it off the down low. We gon' give it to the most high. We gon' take it off the down low. And we gon' give it to the most high. Time to make it come to DL. It's time to take it off the DL. Tell them what it's all about. God got it, then he gonna bring it out. We all need to talk about it. Any problem, every situation. We gotta know the truth. So maybe you can help with the problem I'm facing. You ain't gonna heal till you keep it on the real. Yeah, that's even to the most high. And you ain't never gonna know if it's really gonna work if you don't try.
Good evening, everyone. We are here on another Wednesday evening with your host, DL Augustine, listening to another installment of Off the DL. And tonight, my guest is someone that I am truly inspired by. Priscilla Weeks Sales is her name, actually. So, would you prefer to be called Weeks? That is your married name. So, Sales, exactly. Sales is the married name. So, we're going to call it Priscilla. I've known Priscilla for many, many years, and I've seen her transition. Our topic for tonight is going to be female entrepreneurs, and with a hashtag, the struggle is real. Because if you're out there and you are already a female entrepreneur, or you're thinking about it, or just recently made your transition from going from the working world into the entrepreneur world, then you know already that it's more than a notion. Of female entrepreneurs, and I say female, all entrepreneurs wear a lot of different hats. That is a given. All entrepreneurs have to work extra hard. But the female entrepreneur very often has additional roles to play because of the fact that we are women. Most of us are still wives. A lot of us have responsibilities within the churches that we go to, and family things that we still are responsible for. So, I think that entrepreneurship for a woman is a little even extra hard. I really believe that. I believe that some doors will open for men that they won't open for women. We'll have to kick the door down in order to get in. So with that being said, that's our subject for tonight, female entrepreneurs. And we are going to talk about the struggle. And with that being said, my friend, Miss Priscilla, I would like for you to introduce yourself and kind of give us like some of your background. Tell us, who is Priscilla?
I'm Priscilla Sales, and I am the owner of Prissy Creations and Mr. Men's Line. I have been in business I actually just celebrated my 6th anniversary last Saturday. I have a gift store on the south end of Columbus, and I've been in that storefront for 2 years now. I create and design merchandise for the Divine Nine fraternity and sorority organizations, as well as I do custom apparel, promotional items. I specialize in doing glassware, hand-painted items, do graphics, items for weddings and baby showers, retirement parties, you name it. My business is very diversified. I'm in the process of, with the promotional items, trying to launch contracts with some of the Fortune 500 companies.
Wow.
Just recently graduated from the MBE Academy, which is a part of the MSDC, which is the Minority Supplier Diversity Council.
Wow.
And that program was sponsored. I received a full scholarship through
that's impressive.
Columbus City Council. Councilwoman Priscilla Tyson is the backer of that program. And with the certification, it allows direct connections with Fortune 500 companies like Procter & Gamble, GM, Toyota, Kroger's, and things like that. So they help you to try to get your foot in the door and market your merchandise to them. So that's the next transition for me.
Wow. I knew that you were a real businesswoman, because you know some of us out there, we're a little janky, okay? I'm just saying. But Priscilla has always been about her business, and basically everything that I've seen her do has a spirit of excellence. And wow, that was very impressive. And I know what really impressed me was when I learned that you actually had a licensing, that you can't do anything for colleges unless you have some kind of licensing agreement, right?
Well, it's the Divine Nine, the
Okay.
fraternities and the sororities.
Okay.
And correct, the license you have to renew annually. So I have license with Phi Beta Sigma, Omega
Wow.
Psi Phi, different organizations, and you renew those licenses each year. Those licensing agreements allow you to use their trademarks as
Okay.
far as like their founders year, their Greek letters, their mascots, use their colors to put different things on apparel, glassware, jewelry, and then I sell those items at their events, their Founders Day events, their step shows, their banquets, luncheons. I have their items listed on my website, so their members worldwide can
Wow.
purchase online as well.
That is great. Now, tell me, what started you down this path? I mean, did you always have an interest in this, or what got you started?
Well, actually, what started, long story short, is if you recall, I always did the annual Prissy's Mother's Day
Yes, you did.
brunch at
Absolutely.
church at Higher Ground.
Yes.
And one of the things I always did was each year gave away a gift to my committee members for helping me to host the event. And one year I gave away glassware, not knowing that the glassware that I gave were collector items. We used the glassware and it was fine as long as you had regular drinks in it, juice and things like that. Anything that had condensation in it, or using ice in a glass or frozen drink or anything, caused the paint to dissolve on the glass.
Really?
My sister-in-law, artist, just a gifted artist by trade, took some of the glassware and she started painting over the images and making those images more like us. The images on the glassware that I bought were basically Caucasian women, and they had cute little sayings on them that said, "I drink cold drinks for my hot flashes," or whatever. So she took the glassware and she, divvied up the glasses by adding, longer hair and fingernails and giving the girls curves.
Made them more like us.
Made them more like us and giving them color, different shades of caramel and chocolate and different things, with
I love it.
styles of hair. And I was doing carry cases for them so that you could carry the glassware with you to an occasion, and, wherever you were traveling to, and keep the glass protected from being broken. You could put pictures and names and whatever your hobby or interest is on it. Well, my sister-in-law, doing real estate and in school and working in other things, decided that, it was just too time consuming and she couldn't continue. And literally, all I ever did was, know how to draw with stick people, whatever. And I sat one night trying to figure out how to paint on glassware and crying. And truly, it was like God just took the paintbrush from me and just started painting images for me.
Oh, wow.
And I learned how to kind of look at images and do trace on the glassware. And then learning how to use toothpicks and X-Acto knives and how to fix and cut around the shapes. And then just over a period of time, really perfecting the craft. My son is, and different people in my family are gifted artists. And people have always asked, where did he learn how to paint and draw? And I would always say, well, from different people in my family or whatever, but I never
Mhm.
knew that I had an actual hidden talent inside
Yeah.
of me, and it came out of necessity. I had
Wow.
all of these orders from customers, and it was either I was going to have to refund them their money or find somebody to paint the
Are you
glassware for
saying that you
me.
did not have any kind of artistic background? You didn't.
None at all. The only thing I've ever drawn in my life was stick people, and that's the God heaven's truth. Seriously.
That is so
So,
funny.
yeah. And so it kind of grew from a hobby business. When the glassware started out, like I said, they were gifts that I
Hmm.
gave to other people. And one year for my birthday, she took and put my old logo for my company on a
Hmm.
glass and personalized it for me and everything and presented it at my birthday party. But the birthday party, everybody was fascinated with it and was like, I want a glass, I want a glass,
Yeah.
And so she started painting glasses, and we did a mock photo shoot in the kitchen, and we put together an email and sent out just to the people on our contact list, our friends, our family,
Okay.
coworkers, and within literally 4 or 5 days, we had like 40 orders.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so from those orders, then people start inquiring. Can you do this in pink and green for the
Okay,
AKAs? Can you
got
do
you.
blue and
I
white for the
got you.
Zetas and
Okay.
stuff? And so from that, I started inquiring about how do I contact the organizations to get licensed to do this once I found that there was an interest in it. And so I went to this big event in Atlanta, a Greek picnic, and I had all this glassware with me. And there were people that was selling all kind of things with the logos and the
Hmm.
founders years and stuff. And so from going to that event, I
Hmm.
realized, and also attending a spirit show, that there was a whole nother avenue of things out there that I could do with the license. Because when
Wow.
you obtain the license, they don't, tell you basically, here's the suppliers, these are all the things that you can do. They
Hmm.
tell you the do's and don'ts of what you can and can't
Okay,
do
got
with
you.
their trademarks,
Uh-huh.
but they don't like take your hand and walk you through to tell
Absolutely.
you, here's the suppliers, you can do
That's where
apparel,
that
all
spirit
that
of the
kind of stuff.
entrepreneur came through.
Right. And
Yeah.
so once I started seeing all the other things, the
Okay.
glassware like really took a back seat to start doing the apparel and doing the jewelry and other things. And then from there, I was already doing things from my previous company,
Yeah.
Shoestring Events. So I was doing things for weddings and retirement parties, and it just kind of all
Okay.
fell into place.
So shoestring events came first.
That's when I was doing the Mother's Day brunch.
Okay, I got you. And then Prissy Creations was birth.
Birth
Okay,
afterwards.
I got you.
Yeah, so shoestring events just kind of really went out the door because I used to coordinate all these events, weddings and whatever,
Yeah.
decorating for people's events and creating party favors for them and different things. So all of that kind of took a back seat once I received the licenses. My husband is a member of Omega Psi Phi. So
Okay.
once I obtained their license or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, I just started finding out about the different events and the
Okay,
venues
I got
that I
you.
could attend and different things like that. And then from there, I moved into the Masonic world. And so a lot of members that are part of Greek organizations
Mm-hmm.
are also Shriners,
Mm-hmm.
Masons, Eastern
Mm-hmm.
Stars, and Daughters. And so lately, I've really been on a tour of doing that. Like for the last 5 weeks, I've been gone every weekend attending land sessions that they have.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so when you were doing shoestring budgets, were you working a regular job?
I was. I worked for AEP for almost 14 years, American
Wow.
Electric Power. So I was doing both things at the same time. And I
Mhm.
literally was working like almost 20-hour days.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, I can
taking my
imagine.
breaks and going to sleep in my car, because I wasn't getting any sleep.
Oh, wow.
And so the company went through downsizing,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried to go through the buyout
Okay.
and couldn't get the buyout at all. It's like I volunteered myself. There were people there with small kids, and I'm like, pick me,
Yeah.
pick me. And they were overlooking me, and there were people walking away with $100,000 checks. And I'm like,
Oh,
pick
wow.
me. Yeah. And so then I even tried to go part time. And the department that I was in said that we didn't have any availability for part time workers. And so my husband said to me, this is where your heart is. This is
Mhm.
what you really want to do. Then go for it. And so it's been 3.5 years now.
Really?
I resigned from AEP, and I took all of my retirement money and I sunk in my account into my
Wow.
company. And so, I'm self-funded. I haven't, went out to try to accumulate any additional debt,
Gotcha.
from getting any loans or anything, but everything I'm doing is self-funded.
Wow. So was that scary? Because that.
It's very scary. I mean, I walked away from the best paying job of my life.
Yeah.
With full benefits. I walked away from vacation and dental and
Mm-hmm.
vision and everything. And, not really realizing when I walked away from all of the benefits, how much all of this was going to be costing me out of
Yeah,
my pocket.
absolutely.
The Affordable Care Act really isn't affordable.
I know. I hate
you
to say it
know.
because I do
I-
know some people who, like the insurance market, like you can't afford that
You
insurance.
can't. It's almost $400
You know,
a
it was
month.
good in theory. I appreciate the thought of it. It's something that's necessary, but from the things that I've learned about it, if you need health insurance, that Affordable Care Act is not going to really work because it's like for if I can afford to pay for it, you know, I wouldn't need you. I could just pay for my stuff outright, and you almost have to. So I do totally understand that, and you make a great point here. This is a good when you walk away as an entrepreneur, the demands that are required of entrepreneurship are like 24/7. They never cease.
At all.
They don't. They're 24/7. And in the beginning, many of us entrepreneurs, because I'm an author, I'm a talk show host. I'm an entrepreneur. I am my brand, and it's like, and I try to work like a job, because I'm scared to take that final leap. It's like, so I'm still trying to manage this job, but I can't manage me like I need to. I can't do all the things that I need to. I got a book that I have to have finished by the fall. I have this show to do, which means I have to constantly be out getting guests, researching my guests. I got a play and a short film that I'm working on, and how to squeeze all that in. Something is suffering. And then do your little 8-hour job or whatever it is. And that is the challenge with entrepreneurships, especially with the females, because you know, basically, unless we're married, that's the only thing that kind of covers for us. And I'm married, so thank God I have a good husband who's able to pay the bills because whatever money I'm getting from my job is going back into my business anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for me, my husband had 4 major back surgeries
Oh,
and a
wow.
knee replacement. So he was forced into early retirement
Oh, wow.
on his job a
Okay.
year before I, decided to resign. So, and he's covering all of the major household
Yeah.
expenses, you know.
Mhm.
So I hate the fact that I put so much of a burden
Yeah, me
on
too.
him.
Me too.
And, but
Yeah.
he sees what
The big
I'm
picture.
trying. He sees the big picture.
Right.
Well, kind of, sort of, because he still doesn't understand. There's
I know.
days that
My
he's like,
husband too. Like,
he's
I
like, I
need
don't
some help. I
understand.
know.
Yeah.
I know. I get the same thing. It's like, are you ever going to be able to help me with these bills? It's like, oh wow. It's like and some days they're all in. Okay. They're all in, like, yeah, they see the vision. They're like, and they understand. And my husband always says, well, yeah, you're gonna buy me a Corvette,
Oh my God,
Yours
you must
too?
be Rick's twin, because look, whenever I make it, that is
Yes.
the deal right
That's
there.
the deal for my husband too.
It's gonna be a Corvette sitting in the
Okay.
driveway with a big ribbon
All right,
on
we'll have
it.
to get them. Maybe we can
We're
go
gonna
in together and
the
get
match.
exactly. Okay, that sounds
That's
good.
his favorite car.
Yeah, that's
It is.
Michael's,
And
and
he had one before.
Michael
and it
did
caught on
too.
fire, so,
Michael just sold his
yeah.
a couple years ago. So
Yeah, so I owe him a vet for everything that his backing.
Isn't that funny?
And
Yeah.
traveling with me.
Yeah.
And hanging in there. Yeah, I'm gonna buy him a vet one day.
I'm on
after I get me a paycheck, because what people don't understand in this business is that it's a long time before you ever see
money.
Paycheck.
Exactly. Whatever money you get is going back into the business.
Every dime.
Yeah, that's
every dime.
myself as well. I mean, it's never ending. So, I mean, and this is what you find out as an entrepreneur. It's like you can have the best product, the best service, the best book, the best whatever, but until it gets into the right hands or gets in front of the right people, it's like you will be grinding. You will be grinding,
Exactly.
and you can reach a certain level, but it's like the thing is not to give up. And you shared a very good story with me earlier about, the frustration of entrepreneurship. Go ahead and share that with the audience.
Every day that I get up, and I'm working and I'm striving, I probably, if in my own self, have thrown in the towel about 1,000 times.
Yes.
But, then there's this spirit and that vision that says, that spirit that speaks to me and say, I got your back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything that I'm doing, this isn't me doing this.
Right.
This is all God.
Yes.
This came from some dreams and some visions, because truly, if it was really, really up to me, I probably would have walked away a long time ago. I had a friend of mine tell me, and I actually did a radio interview and was on Exception to the Rules with Michelle Lee, and author Ziegler says that most businesses fail about 7 times before they actually make it. And I have been to the point of every dime in the bank is just gone from where I have shelled out money for inventory and paying bills and royalties and renewing licenses and insurance and everything. And just like, I have no idea, how I'm going to go any further. But I am, regardless of whatever's going on, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I pay my tithes.
All right.
I pay my tithes.
Did y'all hear that, audience?
So faithful.
Did you hear that, audience?
I don't care. And behind that, God always makes a way for me. He makes a way out of absolutely no way.
All right. Right there, that's a great place to, if you would like to ask Priscilla a question or make a comment, feel free to call in. The number is 614-577-1434 or 1464. And I'll repeat that. If you'd like to call in with a question or a comment, the number is 614-577-1434 or 1464. Feel free. The phone lines are now open. So I think that's a great point to segue, because you are obviously a woman of faith. Is that true?
Most certainly. most
Okay.
certainly I wouldn't even be here, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
even have any business being here
Mm-hmm.
at all. And to this day, and I'm just now really feel like I'm walking into my purpose and understanding my
Mm-hmm.
purpose. And it's taken a lot of years and a lot of struggle and frustration and, weeding out a lot of friends and
Yeah,
family,
absolutely.
to understand myself and the journey that I'm
Yes,
on.
yes,
And I've had to get myself in tune with God so that I
yes,
could even
absolutely.
understand where He wants me to be at. So, my faith, I stand firm on my faith. And I even starting this business, it was my faith that caused me to take that leap.
Mm-hmm.
And God hasn't failed me.
Wow.
He's really tried me in the fire. I feel like one of the little Hebrew boys. I
Yeah.
didn't, been burned. And
But you know what? I mean, in that same story, when the king looked in the oven,
I
he
was
said,
still
"How many did
there.
we throw in there?" He said, "Did we throw three in there?" He said, "I see four." You are
Yeah.
not in there by yourself. That is the thing that keeps us going, keeps us motivated. So you female entrepreneurs out there, if you just have a vision, if you just have a dream, or if you're already out there grinding, trying to make it happen, we feel you. We're with you. And we are saying, and this woman of God over here has just shared with us, the main support system is not even her husband who's paying the bills, but her God that she believes in. And that's who's giving her the strength to continue. That's who's giving her favor to be able to go as far as she has. So if you're out there and you're trying to make it in the entrepreneur world, I hope that you're using your faith in God, because that's the thing that's really going to make the difference. So tell me, what's a typical day like in the life of Priscilla?
Oh my God. So, my days are crazy.
Okay.
I am the administrator of my website. I am my bookkeeper.
Oh, wow.
I am my promoter. I am my social media
Oh,
person.
wow.
I shop for my inventory. I am my customer service department. I'm a one woman show. I create my merchandise. I'm customer service. I'm creating apparel. I'm, marketing. I'm dealing with headquarters from organizations. I am my travel agent
Mm-hmm.
where I am trying to find me a hotel room for whatever
Wow.
city I'm traveling to. I am my events coordinator where I am booking my engagements that I'm going to.
Wow.
I am my shipper where I'm running to the post office
Oh,
to
wow.
ship off customers' orders. I am my store manager. My store is open by appointment only. So I'm meeting my customers at the
Got you.
store. So I'm doing everything. I'm doing
Wow.
everything. These gray hairs I earned, baby.
I feel some kind of way because I'm whining. Okay. I mean, I have things, I'm like you, I'm a one woman show, but I don't do half the things. And then the things that I do have to do, I'm kind of whining about them. It's like I am not good with Facebook and social media, but you need to have presence out there. If you hope to have any kind of a success, you do. It's just the state of business of doing business today. Okay, I'm like, I need somebody to do social media for me because I'm struggling with it. So it's like, and you are doing, I mean, and booking your own travel, shipping. I mean, I can't even imagine, Priscilla. I can't even imagine.
Literally, I have to, and my son says that I never sleep. And I don't, I'm a night owl. When most people are asleep, I'm up working at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm very adamant about customer service,
Mm-hmm.
and that's because of my work ethic and background for so
Right.
many years of working in customer service. If I tell a customer that I'm going to have their order to them on a certain day or shipping out on a certain day, I do everything within my power to
Right.
get their merchandise to them and to meet those deadlines.
Right.
And then sometimes I feel like I'm overwhelmed, like, oh my God, did I take on too much?
Yeah.
Did I bite off more than I can chew? And my thing is because I'm still growing, I don't know how to say no. I
Oh, yeah.
haven't, if somebody says, can you do 100 shirts and have them to me by the end of the week?
Yeah.
I haven't learned how to tell somebody, no, I can't do it, because if I can't do it, I have a network that I do deal with. So if I deal with people that are screen printing, and I have several people that do embroidery for me.
Okay.
And I mean, I am, using freelancers to
Yeah.
help me out. So if I take on a job that I can't fulfill by myself, I do have some other people that
Okay.
will
I
help
got
me
you.
accomplish
Yeah.
it. Other than that, I'm like Santa's elves, and need 100 of them in the Santa, workshop, and trying to create. So yeah, I have taken on some big projects, but I get it accomplished. Whether it
Wow.
means no sleep, no sleep, 5 hour energy drinks, coffee.
Right there. This is a good point to take a break. We're going to take a break, take a pause for the calls right now. We'll be back in about 1 to 2 minutes. Ike, go ahead and take us home. Or take us out, not home. Are we off?
Here.
Okay.
I've been changed in the presence of the Lord. I've been deliver. And in your presence, Lord, grace and favor.
We are back on Off the DL with your host, DL Augustine. And our guest tonight is Priscilla Sales with Prissy Creations. And she is a female entrepreneur. I mean, she's a real entrepreneur, y'all. I'm not talking about somebody says they got a business, they ain't even got a website or a business card. I'm talking about she is a real businesswoman. And with that being said, we've been kind of going over some things, some challenges and different things that come with the term entrepreneur. And what I would like to say, and by the way, the phone lines are open right now. If you'd like to call in with a question or a comment for Priscilla or just in general, the phone number is 614-577-1434 or 614-577-1464. And I'll repeat that, 614-577-1434 or 1464. The phone lines are open. So I would like to ask you, for all the entrepreneurs out there that are listening or people with just a dream right now, what would be the advice you would give them?
Well, the first thing that I would give to someone as far as advice is find you a mentor, a business mentor. And what I mean by that is someone that is in the same field of what it is that you're doing. Even if you think that you have something that's unique and different, there's somebody out there that has something similar.
Right.
Or there's another product, or there's somebody somewhere, try to seek all the advice that you can get. But you definitely want to find you a good business mentor, someone who will guide you in the right direction, and not just, anybody, somebody that's has, that want to see you succeed, somebody that will take you under their wing and show you the ropes. I've been really blessed to have some people that showed me a lot of favor,
really,
on how to do some different things that I'm doing, what equipment I needed to purchase and use to grow, how to cut the middleman out for some things that I was doing or whatever. But find somebody that you're in tune with, that you connect with, and let them help build your brand, build your company, build your confidence, because it's not easy. You can have a product, but if you don't know how to talk to people, exactly, you can have the best product in the world, but if you are afraid to talk to people, if you're nervous or whatever, you'll never be able to present your product.
Absolutely.
And like you done shut yourself
in the foot. That is so true.
So you need somebody that will help steer you in the right direction. Even if you have degrees and things like that, find you some courses that you may need to take in that field that's relevant. Me taking the classes in the MBE Academy, I never realized how unprepared I was as a business owner.
Right.
I thought that I was doing everything the right way, in the legal way, because I'm paying taxes and I got permits and doing this and doing that. I learned so much in the course of, the 9 or 10 months that I was in those classes, of things that I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm a jackleg, that I'm, I'm not doing things properly, certain things that you need to have on your website and things that you need to do to promote yourself, and just, something simple as a vanity email. A lot of people use Yahoo and
Right,
Gmail
right.
and whatever,
But you
Hotmail.
should have your
But
business name.
if you have a business and you have a website, you
Mm-hmm.
should be using that
That's right.
business website. Believe it or not, there are a lot of companies that when you present them with your card and you
If
have
it's
a
got a,
Yahoo
yep,
on it, they're gonna throw it in the trash,
exactly.
and not being funny, because you could have a really good business,
Yeah,
and a good product, but a lot of companies look at that and don't take you
right. They don't take you
serious.
serious.
And so just learning little things
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
which I didn't even think was that big of a deal. Like, they
yeah,
can still contact me. This is a good
yeah,
email
exactly.
address. No, you know that it's very important. And another thing that I would suggest to people is that, with entrepreneurship and taking that leap of faith and stepping out there, make sure your finances are together. Like I said, I took all of my retirement money and I sunk into my business, and I thought I had it going on. That money went so quick, literally, because you're buying merchandise
Yeah.
and you're doing all the things that you need to do. And even though my business sustains itself,
Mm-hmm.
I got a truck note and business
Yeah.
insurance, and need to pay the to keep the website going
Yeah.
and the cell phone running and everything, that's necessary or whatever. So if you think that you can leave your job and you got enough money to cover your bills for 90 days. 90 days happens so fast. It's like the Nationwide
Yeah.
commercial. Life comes at you
Life comes at
fast.
you fast.
You'll
That's
have an
right.
eviction notice sitting at your door. You really and truly, I wish someone had told me, that you need to have maybe 2 years worth of salary saved up, before you really, really step out there.
Mm-hmm.
And although, like I said, God provides for me, um, and I'm fortunate, and He's showing me favor or whatever. But the struggle is real. The struggle is
The struggle
real.
is real.
Yes,
Yeah.
most people take days off, and I say all the time, Sunday's going to be my day that I'm going to church. I'm not going to work,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
this is my day to just relax or whatever. But I find myself on Sunday, if a customer calls me and say they want to come meet me at the studio. Okay, what time? I get out of church at 1 o'clock. I can meet you
Yeah.
afterwards. So with entrepreneurship or whatever, when people look at my Facebook page, I know it says open 24 hours. Literally, I'm dealing with customers worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So what, is 6 o'clock here is
Yeah,
3 o'clock
that's true. I didn't
someplace
even think
else.
about that. Yeah, absolutely.
I have fraternity members that are in the military that are overseas.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're on different
Yeah,
time zones or
absolutely.
whatever. So my phone, I might turn it on vibrate or whatever, but I wake up to 10 or 15 emails and voicemails and text messages or whatever. So
That brings up a question. How is entrepreneurship, how has it affected your family life? The work, that term work-life balance. It sounds like you have none.
and that's the truth. I recently put out a message when I started the Grand Session Tour, the Masonic Grand Tour. And I said to my friends and my family, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss some birthdays and some weddings and some events. But just know that my heart is there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm praying for successful events. But I'm on a journey. I have bills to pay, and I have a business to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of things I've had to put on the back
Yeah,
burner.
yeah.
My husband and I were used to taking nice, fabulous vacations. Well, we're not taking those vacations like that anymore. If his schedule allows him, because he's in school right now,
Okay.
and he holds some offices with the Masonic Order and things like that. So if his schedule allows him, he'll travel with me. And so that's kind of like our little getaways, you know. We
Okay.
went to Louisville a couple weeks ago. We were
Okay.
in Cleveland uh, last week or week before, whatever. So while we are away and I'm, you know,
But you're
doing
still
things for the
working.
business,
Yeah.
I'm working. We were in St. Louis and had the opportunity to go to Sweetie Pies, you know, and check out the restaurant. So that's, you know, the most I can do with a vacation. I try to plan to go to cities where I have friends and family
Mhm.
so that I can at least see them for 5 minutes.
I got you. I will say this. I will say this, and I'm faced with the same challenge. I think that, and I say this to you women out there who are trying on the road to being entrepreneurs or already there. I think it's easy to get caught up in pursuing the dream that you can forget about what's really important. And that's like your family. That has to be your number one priority, your husband, your children. It's like, but how do I balance that and still try to achieve my dream? And the answer, I don't know what the answer is. I'm going to be honest with you, but I do know that, as far as like what's the most important, I don't want to achieve my dream at the cost of my marriage.
Exactly. You know, and there are times that I have to just shut things off.
Yeah.
My husband will send me a text message from the other room and say, shut it down. And I know what that means.
Yeah.
It means like, hey, you've been
Okay.
working entirely too much. You
Okay.
ain't paying me no
Okay.
attention at
Yeah.
all. It's time to watch a movie,
Yeah.
to sit at the table and have dinner,
That's
you know.
true.
So I'm in between, you know, and I've even to the point of I realize that I'm neglecting myself.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
as far as I need to make time to exercise.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
I need to make time to
do nothing.
to do nothing.
To do nothing.
To do absolutely
Because
nothing.
it sounds like your every hour is packed in.
It is. When I get up in the morning, I have to first get up and meditate and pray and everything before I start anything.
Yeah.
Because if I don't get that out of the way,
Yeah.
my day is already gone.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, and I'm already
trying to
en
catch
route,
up
and you trying.
Yeah.
It is. So sometimes though, you really have to just shut things just completely down.
I agree.
It's a hard thing, you know. And my husband will say, okay, it's time to shut off the phone.
Yeah.
It's time to turn off the laptop
Yeah.
or whatever. And, you know, and you can also burn yourself out.
Yes, absolutely.
You can burn yourself out with all of the traveling that I do. Sometimes when I come off of the road, it'll take me where I need to crash out for 10 hours and go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
and just so that I can refresh and renew myself so that I can continue. Because if you burn yourself out,
Mm-hmm.
there's nobody else to step in to take your place to run the business or anything else, your family or anything. And so, you know,
Okay.
you gotta
I think
put some, you know,
you do.
put things in perspective. You know, you got to find time to clean the house and I
Yeah.
mean, just everything.
It's a lot. And I'm listening to all the things that you do. And I'll say this to you. And this is me being older. This is me being a woman in my 60s, being a godly woman. Okay. I want you to figure out a way to give yourself a day, to give your marriage a day, to give your husband a day. It's like, again, if God is for you, then who can be against you?
Exactly.
And it's like, if you were to take one day and then make that day about you, your husband, and your, whatever, I think that is, I'm hearing it in my spirit that you need to do this. It's like, God is going to make sure. It's like you're not going to miss any business. God is going to make sure, just tell him, like, you can email me, but I'm out of, you won't be able to reach me on this day. On every Sunday, I'm not reachable. Yeah, I'll talk to you on Monday. If you have an order, you can send your order, fax it or whatever. I'll get it on Monday. But today is my day that I spend with God and with my husband. Give him, it's like, don't wait for him to text you and tell you to shut it down. You do it. You know what I'm saying? Let him know he's a priority.
And he is. He really is. It's just that, you're just trying to wear all of these hats,
I know.
and trying to satisfy everybody and
because he's not making, and because he's not screaming, it's like we have a tendency to put them on hold because they're not. If they don't say anything, we're gonna keep going. Okay, it's like until they say, well, and when my husband says the end, he said, and it's like, and then now I got to scramble and take care of him, get him all softened up and juicy, and it's like, okay, so I can go back and do exactly
what it is that what I'm trying to do.
You should make it, and so should I. I don't do it enough, but I hear it in the spirit. I hear the spirit telling me to share with you and with me. Ladies, don't get so caught up in this pursuing your dream in the world of entrepreneurship that you forget what is most important, and that is your family and God. It's like always make them the priority, and then God will make everything else work out. Maybe that's why we're scrambling so hard. Maybe we got things out of priority, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that for you, but I'm saying that I know that for real, that's what I really want you. I'm telling you that as a friend, as a mother figure, and as a woman in Christ. Find a day.
It's the truth. It is. And I know that I need to prioritize, some things and put things in perspective. I know that I need to take time for me.
For you.
For
yes,
me.
Absolutely.
I have to carve out some time to go get a pedicure or to get my hair done, or, just to, go out and get a bite to eat. Can
I get a commitment? When you gonna do it? I need a commitment. I'm putting her on the spot. Okay, y'all hear her. Okay, and Rick, I know you out there listening. Okay, I'm gonna nail her down for you. Okay.
And God knows in heaven, I have the best husband in the world.
He does.
He
is
patient.
A sweetie. He is.
God truly, truly blessed me with the right man that allows me to do this, because I know a lot of women whose husband wouldn't even, you a wife first. It's like you figure the rest of that out, but you're a wife first. But you know what? I have a good husband as well. My husband is the same. He understands that this is my dream, and he's allowing me to pursue my dream without interfering. But I can't pursue my dream to the point where I forget how patient he's being. Exactly.
He's being patient. My husband is being patient. And I mean, I'm doing all these, I'm up in the room writing till 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm jumping in bed, but it's like he's knocked out by then, so,
exactly. And then you try to wake him up.
Absolutely. No, I don't. No, I'm trying to sleep and go to sleep because I'm exhausted by now. And it's like, for real. But yes, I mean, again, that is part of the struggle. Part of the struggle is we still have to be who we are, who God designed us to be, which is all of these different things, because what you have is a gift, and God wouldn't have gave it to you if it wasn't meant for you to pursue it. So yeah, you're supposed to pursue it, but you can't forget, it's like I was a wife before I was any of these things.
Exactly.
And so women out there, don't forget what your obligations are. It is a lot. It is. It's definitely a lot. It's more than some of us can handle. But if you find that you can't handle it, choose wisely is all I'm going to say. With that, we are about to shut it down. Priscilla, would you like to have a few last words? We got about a minute and a half.
I say keep the focus, keep God first. Always make you some time for prayer and meditation.
Good advice.
Again, like I said, get you some great mentors, in your corner. and keep the faith, even when things just look like it's at the absolute worst. Just know that
Absolutely.
God truly, truly would not have given you the vision
Yes.
or the dream
Yes.
without already having a plan on the other side. And regardless, we're going to have trials and tribulations
Yes.
that we have to face and deal with. But just know that on the other side of there, you got victory.
It's coming, entrepreneurs. The Bible says that your gift will make room for itself. With that being said, don't forget who gave you that gift. Don't forget where your priorities lie. If you've heard anything tonight that will help you, that is our sole purpose of being here. I thank you for listening to Off the DL with DL Augustine. Until next Wednesday, Ike, take us home.
Off the DL. Yeah. We gon' take it on the down low. We gon' give it to the most high. We gon' take it on the down low. We gon' give it to the most high.